of hardcore Minecraft. And this song sort of sounds really awesome already, so we will say good morning to Garuda, best bird, happiest bird, goodest bird. But it will now be time for us to walk out into the day and see what we can do. I need another bucket. Somebody told me, one of my friends in real life, I was complaining about the witch, and they told me I could, like, drink some milk to get rid of a poison. So I'll eventually need another bucket so that I can always carry a bucket of milk with me in case there's a witch. This farmer is really testing the limits of the safety of this place, but we've done a decent enough job. Of course, that's where we originally spotted the witch, but we know that we're fine all the way in there. But he is really pushing it. But we can't help him any more than we already have. We've already done plenty. There's a lava. I thought for a second those were diamonds, but that's just nothing there but useless copper, and we're just going to drop some planks in and make it so that we can't accidentally fall in. And I don't think the lava sets those on fire. You know, if it does though, then we will make a different blockade. Even if we had emeralds to spare, which is pretty far out in the future, we wouldn't want to spend our emeralds on that kind of thing. We're just gonna grab some mutton. Need a bit more? Nope. I need to remind myself out loud that, oh, that's the first thing I've planted in this game, so I get the achievement, a seedy place. Fun little thing. I wonder how long it'll be until the punny names annoy me. It probably won't take too long. But, you know, hopefully, of course, there will be an appropriate amount of time in between dying. Okay, so these didn't matter. I got the achievement. Maybe it's wheat that you have to plant and potatoes don't count. How do I check that? Animal husbandry. Plant a seed and watch it grow. So maybe I needed to physically be around when one progressed in size, or maybe that was one that I planted in the past and now I got it up all the way. But I'm not sure which. I do not know if it matters. Whenever I say that, I mean I know if it matters, and I know that it doesn't matter. One of the things that does matter is the acquisition of salmon for the glorious purpose of acquiring pet cats. And this is going to blow the game wide open here. You don't always get a pet cat with a salmon, but we're going to remember what's really important in life. Loving this song too. This is Everett Almond with House on the Hill. The previous was also by him with Desert Drive, which of course I know the YouTube description would tell you, but I wanted to say it out loud and now I've done so. Now, are there any cats here or not? Do the foxes chase and terrorize your cats? Oh, that would make me quite upset. Do foxes like salmon? I mean, in real life, I'm sure that they would scavenge it if necessary. It looks like the foxes are having quite a time and not really handling themselves too well. But we're just going to hold on to the fish in case we see a cat. I feel like I saw one earlier, so some kind of white cat, perhaps a color that wasn't white. But again, you know, when you play Minecraft for long enough, a lot of stuff sort of just bleeds together. I've been playing several hours today, having a great time, and I hope that, you know, you're having a good time watching as well. Doesn't look like we're gonna have a good time finding cats, however. Looks like that's not gonna be in the cards, but that is alright. It is not going to be terribly upsetting, because right now is of course the best time in the game. This is when everything is fine and you're not worried yet. I think we just need to, yeah, we need to make a more reasonable route up and down here. I think they get a little bit stuck because of this overhang, at least like intellectually stuck, like maybe they're trying to move on to it. So we're just going to help their pathing a little bit. We don't really need this area here, and this will just improve the general flow of the village, I hope. And we'll grab one of these dirts, perhaps a few of them, and get a little walkway up here, so that'll at least... Yeah, see? That'll make it much better. I don't think they'll get terribly stuck. There'll still be this route here. In case they walk in that way, this will give them a way out. We don't want it to be too restrictive to their movement. This should be plenty of space for them, though. We'll give them actually a little bit more. You know, we want this village to be a fine place for the villagers after we're gone. All right, so the answer is that yes, the planks do burn, and probably pretty quickly. But I bet the dirt doesn't, so we will dirt it in instead. I love when I ask myself a question with a very logical answer, like, does wood burn? And instead I think, why don't I do an experiment rather than thinking? Sometimes the act of saying something out loud sort of precludes the ability for analysis, at least in myself. It's like you get distracted by the mere premise of thinking, and then instead of thinking, you just don't do that. But one thing that we are going to be able to do is reflect upon the need for seeds before we return home. Garuda is such a good companion, but of course within the house he can't even scavenge and graze due to the healthy climate. There aren't any insects, so he really is relying on us to come home. And of course he's a smart boy. If worst comes to worst, he would simply pick up that mushroom and throw it at the glass window, cleverly opening the chest if he needed to in order to get a lever to come out of the door. But we don't anticipate that being necessary. You know, we're probably going to live forever, as far as I can tell. I just don't think anything bad's ever going to happen to me. And I'm sure that Garuda agrees, but it is not quite nighttime. I thought we were coming on it, but we're just going to run over here. We don't want to cook the salmon. So what I need to do is just grab some coal. Yes. Grab coal, acquire a couple of racks of sticks. It doesn't take too many trees to make it. And of course, we're just leaving trees sort of hanging in the air, which is a little bit careless, but not like the most annoying thing that you can do. And I already had 20 torches, more than 20. And I think we're just going to go down in this direction and see what we can see. Now, it would be better if we had milk, but the witch is a fairly random mob. With this music, I definitely am, you know, far from as attentive as I would be to the sounds of the world. But, you know, that's the sacrifice we make for the better experience for myself and others. Or at least for myself. I can't speak to other people, because I've made now several videos with the music without them being released yet, so... One thing that we can confidently state is that this iron pickaxe is going to run out before I find more iron if I keep on just bashing it into all of the coal that I find. But, you know, after making some torches, it's always good to replace them, and we're just going to have a safe place to retreat here in the event that we come up. And I think we're just going to, yeah, we're going to line the water here a little bit. And I'm not entirely sure, you know, how being underwater works. Do I have doors on me? I do have doors on me. I have thrown that down. Now, I assume that I can take like a one-on-one fight with some underwater beastie, but they could turn out to be incredibly nasty. Like if there's an underwater equivalent of the witch mob that just like hits me with a status effect that I'm not prepared for, or that you know, fatigues me in some way that removes my breath, or alright, speaking of removing my breath, what a captivating cavern. I think we're going to just crack this gravel layer here so that it happens right now rather than later. It won't go down all the way then? Alright, we'll just break this, and that'll let the water go all the way down, and that'll let us get a quick ride out. So, first things we notice is I don't have to immediately go down, right? We could just sort of build a little bit sideways. And this is what I would do in the past, before I really discovered, you know, the practicality of water, and whenever I was more dangerous, more danger averse in the very early days. This is before I discovered feather falling on boots. So I would just sort of build across like this and figure out what's going on. And you know, this actually is a decent strategy for this as well, because I can back up when I like. What we're seeing is skeletons in various places. Of course I could build across if I wanted, but this is sort of sketch. I don't love this hole being in the wall where I could fall in, and that'll be enough space to where I can't. And that way we'll be able to sort of back up there and defend if we need to. This is going to go down a bit far. We're at 51 now, so we can confidently feel that it's going to go 20 or 30 down, which should get us close enough to maybe find a diamond. I know the confidence in that sentence is huge. But what's also going on is a very large amount of iron here. But I need to get a bow before I venture down like this. There's just a lot of dangers. We'll crack this open a little bit. I almost walked forward. So now with that down, we can see just a tiny bit more. It looks like nighttime's coming. But the interesting thing about that is that we're right here in a pretty safe spot, but we're going to go ahead and get out of a safe spot instead. We're going to ride this up and go to the village for the night. I believe I can access it this way. Yes, indeed. And this granite is going to just take us straight up. We're not going to get a practical route to build because we're never going to pass that specific way again. There are, of course, possibilities for mobs to this side. I dropped my sword. Alright, there's a bunch of zombies coming at us there. We're just going to casually jump across. I almost thought that we had a problem there, but that was not a problem. That was just the armor, not ammo. We're going to be able to knock them back potentially and make them fall all the way down. So a good place to defend. But now that we've dealt with those little zombies, that'll be a good time to lay down for the night, I think. Can I cook rotten flesh? Remove the rot? Nope, it's apparently pretty rotten all the way through. There's a zombie in this direction. Oh, he's fallen in here and killed, oh my goodness! Poor little cat. No. He's freaking out. Alright, he's safe in there. We're going to keep him safe in there for a second, and then... Come on. Come with me, buddy. We're going to be able to save the cat. We're going to drop just a couple of torches because really this is like way too many mobs around. I saw a spider. I swear I did. That means it's probably in a tree waiting patiently to murk me, but also maybe they don't like the rain. That would be sensible enough. I'm not actually scared of a spider jumping out of his tree. I will probably act scared about it. I could have just seen a glint of light. Nope, there we go. A spider, just as suspected. We're gonna tell the cat to chill there. We don't want him to get in the middle of this. It is between me and the spider, who I only sort of knew existed until a second ago. But there we go. There's our third string. We're gonna be able to make a bow. But come with us, the spider reverse cat. Come on, buddy. No need to worry. Follow me. Please follow me. And now we'll reach the impossible task of trying to get the cat into a safe spot. But I'm more confident in the cat's ability to be safe than I am with Garuda's, who is, of course, incredibly brave and thus occasionally careless. Sometimes he flaps his wings very excitedly, which is not very stealthy. I know I said I wouldn't bring it up. He's a little bit afraid of boats. Like, there are reasons why we need to keep him in here, and I think the cat will be alright outside, but it would be even more alright inside. I hear the scary creaking of bones, so we're going to investigate that real quick. My stone sword is about to crack. I could make an iron one, as I'm about to find a lot of iron. Oh, okay. So, shield up. I shouldn't have come to investigate the sound until I had got the shield out. We're going to get some distance between us. Get full health so that we regen, and then... Yeah, okay, so I guess these dudes, either they are in, like, the shadow of the tree line, which is pretty sweet for them, or he has discovered a way to not be vulnerable to the sun, but... he is still, as vulnerable as ever to a stone sword, so we dealt with that problem. It looks like we got some bones out of it, but not what we really wanted, which was some sweet gold armor. Gonna need to come in because I know I have, yep, there's the string. And I think we're just gonna go ahead and make a crafting table inside. That way we will have one both inside and outside, which is twice as practical, maybe even more than twice as practical as not doing it that way. It's hard to quantify things like making good choices, especially if you're me and you don't make them all the time. But we're going to go ahead and make an iron shovel, I think. Yeah, might as well. And an iron sword. And of course a bow, which is why we're here in the first place. The shears of the iron hoe, I don't think we're gonna bother with that at the moment. But we're gonna grab our arrows, and I think we'll just put the coal up. We'll want the seeds on us, for our friends. The iron ingots, I don't need to carry them because I'm not going to need to craft anything on the fly at this point. Plenty of HP left on the shield. But we're about to go down into the pit, I think. Does Garuda hunger? Yeah, there we go. Feed him a little bit more. I worry about the cat, because the cat, either it's set following me and teleports around, yeah, but I need it inside where it's safe, or I need to build a bigger a bigger fence. So maybe, you know, I'll just build a slightly bigger fence. Maybe that's what I'll do as I talk to myself in this video. With, you know, a sort of typical moment of musing about life and the nature of hardcore, the nature of what we're doing here, the transitive nature of Minecraft, where you can take from one place your feelings and emotions and just trade them out for the next and pretend that nothing happened. You know, I can find any chicken and find a deep connection with them, with my old bird being represented there. And it doesn't matter that all the chickens are the same, if they are. And first of all, how dare you? I would never say something like that about your Minecraft pet. But I love this game. It's a certain sort of pure satisfaction. I dropped the bow. No, I didn't drop the bow. I didn't pick up a different one. So that's pretty nice. We'll be able to use that one for a bit. They don't break super quick. I only have 10 arrows. I could farm up a couple more, but I think what we're going to do instead is just go for it. It'd be nice to find a cow, but I don't want to spend too much time looking for one. Yeah, I think we're just going to go and try and brawl and see what's going on into the deep. We've got 14 torches. That is not enough torches. We're going to be able to make 8 more with the sticks that we've got access to, which really isn't enough either, so we're just going to do the typical thing. I'm just absolutely loving this song. It really sort of makes the choices seem like they're important. I don't want to bring the cat down there, but I think, yeah, I hope if something tries to like hurt the cat, then it'll defend itself, because I couldn't get it to go into the house. This place, maybe due to the way the construction is, maybe just due to how new the village is, they don't have very many iron golems. If they happen, maybe they fall down and die, actually, for all I know. There's a zombie down there, speaking of falling down. We're not going to fall down, we are going to take the bus. Alright, that was the one from last night. Makes sense. But now, so a couple of choices. We could do it the easy way or the hard way. The easy way would be to sort of ring the upper level with torches and get a better view of what's going on. I don't have any dirt. I don't need it though. I've got a couple planks and that should be enough. We're gonna go the easy way. This way, if there's a skeleton, it'll be shooting at us from relatively far away. That was the purple sight of not an Enderman. That's a enchanted bow. It's like that wasn't the curve that I associate with our old enemies, the Endermen. You're gonna get a little bit more vertical space here, also for just a couple more blocks. Ha! Chump. He took a shot, but I think he probably regrets it now. I knew he was there, of course, so I was in no real danger. We are going to be able to toss another torch here and here. This is a sketchy place. I don't like being here. Any knockback could have really made this a bad time. I think what we're gonna do is use that as a waterfall. And this way, if we want to flee over to this side, we'll have this place, which is relatively safe. Not super safe at the moment. This will make it better. There will be a block on the side we'll be able to get. So, you know, not perfect, not terrible. Can I safely get over to this side? Yeah, totally safely. So we're going to be able to drop a few torches here. And there's an iron block there, it looks like. I don't think we want to go down this side. I need to find where the barrier of the room is, because we don't want to drop in and be surrounded on both sides by mobs. But it looks like that wall kind of does close in a bit. Is this going to be a bad idea? I mean, it's not a great idea, right? I need more water. With more water, we'd be able to take an extended melee fight if one should emerge, because the mobs just don't have very good movement in water. And that'll let us run away. We've already used the water we had in the bucket, you know, for the route downwards, so this is going to be good. I think we just crack this stone to release that gravel. No, that's not important to do. Oh no, I've thrown my pick. Well, now we gotta go, guys. Now we have got to go. It looks like the water did not go in the opposite direction there, so a big potential for danger whenever we drop down. And there's a zombie right behind me now. So we are going to calmly reassess the situation, get into a corner, and we'll be fine because we've got some torches. I don't even think that zombie can get up here at us. He fell in, yeah, so he's going to be falling all the way there, which is a totally awesome facet of this position, right? They are not going to be able to get out nearly as easily as I am. If they're trying to go in the direction there. So now that we've got just a little bit of security here, time to take advantage of all the iron that we're finding, which is just so much iron. This is going to be good too. It's going to push them into that direction in the event that any more of them come down after me. Obviously, I'm not like here to fight zombies and such. I do want to be careful right here. I want to be so careful right here. That is because we know that gravel can get like weirdly sketchy and cause chain reactions to fall. Like that torch that I just dropped was bad. I shouldn't have done that. This is okay. Everything is fine. That's a creeper on my tail, but you know, we're far enough away from everything that we care about. We're gonna come up here, drop a couple of torches. This is aggressive torch dropping here, but I see a waterfall up. We're going to go back to where we came from, though, because I don't know too much about this terrain. So we're going to go back to where we know a little bit more. We will have totally juked the creeper, yeah. He's going to blow up behind us, which is fine. Here in the stone, it doesn't actually cause that much of an issue. So the only thing that I'm worried about here is, like, all this verticality. But I'm not so worried that I'm not going to just like sort of ignore it. We're going to try to keep an eye out and an ear out and just mine all this iron because, man, we are finding it. Yeah, 10 ore already. And there's numerous deposits in here that we're going to be able to get access to. I was going to say, oh no. What I did just there is another example of like incredible carelessness, because I've already been talking about the gravel and how it could potentially hurt me. And I know torches can do it, and I know jumping on things can make it happen too, so I just need to get rid of this gravel. I need to cause it to fall away before something terrible and tragic happens to me due to my inability to, you know, be as careful as I'm supposed to be. But now we've got this waterfall that's falling at least in a little bit more of a couple of places. It still would be very, very sketchy to take it all the way down. You never want to go too far sideways out of a waterfall if you're using it as a safe area. For a second, I thought that I had forgot the bed, but that is not the case. It is coming on nightfall, I think. We've got good torch coverage in here. But I just want to get a couple more of, ow, why am I the way I am? good question. I don't have dirt, but I have gravel, which is just as good. I guess you could reuse the gravel until you turn it into flint, right? So you could use this rather than sand. But I think it takes longer to mine than sand does. But we're gonna just come up here, grab a couple pieces of iron, maybe even a couple of pieces of copper. Because of course, you know, a lightning rod wouldn't go amiss in the long run, I suppose. But we're gonna go ahead and lay down for the night. There's no way that anybody's gonna be able to come up here. Famous terrible words to say, but I think it's even right this time. So we're just gonna have a cozy little house here and lay down house, more like a little micro base, one that was meant to see us through the night and did wonderfully at its task. And now it's seen us through everything we needed it to do. Morning has dawned and we've got more important things to do that are principally to come down here, get a little bit more light coverage. This is my last torch, which is fine. Is actually fine. So I do have more planks, so we're just going to use this coal here. We're going to be able to make a couple dozen right off the bat. All right, we're just going to make 28 of them and leave the rest of that coal there, because moving quick is the order of the day. I do want to end this video one of these minutes. Oh no, there we go. That's going to crack torches on the way down. If you accidentally throw water, I've learned this mainly from making torches to light my way up in like very weird situations in Peaceful where I get like way underwater. But there where, you know, here we're playing for real. This is for keeps. So if you think, oh, I've already secured that territory behind me, not remembering that you sort of accidentally a waterfall at some point, well, you're going to have a really bad time if it turns out that you have to retreat there, because in your head, you've already established it as a totally safe area for you to be going into, when in reality, it's anything but that. I shouldn't be building straight-ish down. With the waterfall, it makes me feel slightly more confident because I could just, like, you know, go up it if the need arose. I am stuck in a corner. Okay, there we go. I think that is the last of the iron, but we're just going to get a little bit more space above us. It is the last of the iron. We're getting so much iron. 20 iron ore in this expedition, and we're not done. We've got iron there and here. This iron's even safe to come and get, so we're just going to come and grab it. Do I have any furnaces on me? No. So I'm about to run out of my iron pick. That is okay. I'm going to drop a crafting table. We're going to keep the iron pick alive for the moment and just put it there in the inventory. Use the stone one to go up. The reason for that is I could theoretically still find a diamond or like a gold deposit, although a diamond would be much more exciting, of course. And I wouldn't want to not be able to mine it if that emerged. And I was like, what's that in the wall? It's just copper. But unlike just copper, we've now got, of course, even more iron ore, which is fantastic. And we're gonna make our way over to this deposit on this side, which I think we won't fall all the way down. Yeah, we won't if we take it carefully. So I will now demonstrate my amazing ability to build across a wall. This is gonna go so bad. This is gonna be terrible. Okay. Clearly I'm doing great. I feel so good. Can you believe I made one of the 2 jumps that I tried to do? I can't. And yet here I stand by the wall, having made 1 out of the 2 jumps that I attempted. Nobody is more proud of me than I am. So there's more iron down here to be had, but 25's a ton. And I think we're actually just gonna call it right now and go up to the surface to probably go to bed for the night, honestly. Yeah, because I shouldn't be playing on hardcore when it's at my bedtime. All right, so how did I get here? I'm trying to retrace it. All right, so this is how I got here. Retracing the steps, we've cleared up that wall. We've still got all of that area to go into, which is fine that we haven't mined it because the original plan was to light it up, but it looks like we've gotten most of it. So entertainingly, after all of that, which was a lot of that, after all of that, 25 raw iron achieved. We still didn't get the initial deposits that we even came down here for, which is not upsetting. That's actually so awesome. This is going to be everything that we needed it to be. And I'm once again going to do the careless thing and not find a way down. I just needed to move over to that side. Okay, so I just need to continue that waterfall 1 drop, and then I'll be able to take that ride up. So that's what we'll do here. 1 drop, 1 block, for that is the name of the drop that I needed to achieve. And now there will be even more water falling down there, but most importantly, we'll be able to rather quickly swim our way back up, probably without taking any damage. But of course, you can just jump right outside of it if the need arises. We don't have any more food to cook because, of course, down in the deeps we have not been dealing with savory fare. We're about to have some savoriness here. We will feed Garuda his ritual seed. What a good bird. And is it time for me to eat a steak? No, not just yet. We can make a block of raw iron, but I have no idea what I would need that for. We will need to make an anvil eventually, which you make out of blocks of iron, but not blocks of raw iron. We're gonna just cook some iron up here. I was like, I can't believe I went to these furnaces after going down and getting a ton of iron and then just said out loud, I don't even know what I'm going to do here. I'm gonna smelt the iron. I'm gonna do what the whole thing was for, and gonna go ahead and shuffle off some of the useless inventory items. We don't need that. The iron pickaxe we can repurpose, but I'm not going to do that right now. We've given Garuda his ritual seed. This is a great time to end the video. The longer I play, the more tired I'll get, and I don't want to run the risk of getting a little sleepy and making an Enderman mad again, because, like, what even was that? Why? I'm not going to beat myself up over it, but I am probably going to be annoyed for a while that I lost that hardcore world for such a boneheaded move, but not belaboring the point. I just wanted to say once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and that I'll see you in the next one. You know, I just hope we live forever here. When we come back, more Minecraft. Oh, it's got 2 different colored eyes. I know the word for it. Chroma something. But I'm not searching for it right now. I am ending the video. I promise you that I could search up the possible heterochromia. There you go. I'm done. I'm done with the video. Thank you so much for putting up with this extended goodbye. As well, if you've seen me much, you've probably grown accustomed to. This song is called Alien or Cake. I recommend Cake, but it's really up to you. It just depends on the day, I suppose.